Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic, always special. The Etherworld of Mortal Online 2, or how I call it, the colorblind simulator. So we are taking a deep dive into the Spiritism world, a lot of you using all of its power all the time, nearly every day. And there's some very interesting info behind that. And we may have also a glimpse of the future plans of Star Wars here. So the Etherworld in Mortal is more or less a separate world, because if you die, you come to the Ether. And Spiritists can still walk in the Ether and can still fight in the Ether. And they can influence the physical world outside the Ether. So these both worlds are connected together. And we all know it and call it the Spirit World, or the common folk of Nave call it the Spirit World. Especially the Tenrems, because they really like to burn their calendars all the time. If you're interested in this story, please check out the lore videos. The playlist is linked down in the description. So the Ether world is full of dreams, full of spirits that don't want to die, don't want to go to a heaven or hell. It's just overall a very shitty place to be in. And ghosts and phantoms and spiritists that can cross both of these worlds are called Akh. This is the energy that can cross both of these worlds. And a modern spirit model that Tenrems came up with, or more or less the Tenrems stole, maybe, from the Sarducaan Magi Pir Nosno Zamol. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's an ancient Sarducaan scholar and mage, and he created the earliest writings or known texts about the spirit world and the ether world. So when Sarducaa comes out, maybe we will find some remains. And Yesilite is the language which was used to describe that, and the language itself has magical powers. This is why these were strictly forbidden, especially from the Tenremic Empire. But some words are still used today to describe spiritistic terms. So now to the structure of being, or the structure of the soul itself, so you in Mortal Online 2. I know it looks a little bit complicated, but it is how it is. So Sheut is your shadow, and some spiritists claim it can create Akh. Others say that this is nonsense, but more to that later. Now at first, Khat is your physical appearance, or your physical body, and Akh is the totality of spiritual essence. This is made out of cow, bar, and ren. And when spiritists attack you in the spirit world, they will suck out your cow. That you need to revive yourself at the nearest priest and go to the living world again. So these both worlds creating a symbiosis. So Khat is the mortal body. It carries Akh, but it's not the source of Akh. And the separation of Akh and Khat means death. So skilled spiritists can attempt to leave or reunite these two things with a ritual. Then you can live again. Then you can be one person again. Some very dark magic folklore hinted that it has something to do with the moon maybe. You know, there's a moon around Nave that is appearing and disappearing all the time. Yeah, scary, I know. So Sheut, the shadow, defines the form. It's more or less the blueprint of a body, the blueprint of a human, the blueprint of something. It also carries the limits a body can have, the limits someone can have. So it determines species and form. A human cannot be born with wings, for example, because it's not part of the human Sheut. And yeah, some spiritists like the old Sidonians claimed that Sheut creates Akh. And other spiritists are saying that Akh is eternal and merely inhabits a Sheut temporarily. But this debate is going on for decades and decades of Mortal Online 2 history, but some are sure this has something to do with the moon. Because everything crazy that is going on that can't be explained, it must be the third moon. Anyway, Akh is the soul or the spiritual sum. And this can't be taken away. Akh can't be erased from the world of Mortal Online. At least as far as people know. Or have the Sarducaan cultists found a way? Can the dragon take your soul? Can the dragon steal your Akh? Or have the Sidonian found a way to separate Sheut from Akh? Why I'm raising the question is, I don't know if no one has ever seen that, but there will be a magic school in Mortal Online where you can transform your body, or also parts of your body, to an animal. And this is basically the definition of separating Sheut from Akh. But yeah, these are just small speculations here. We don't know. Maybe when the Sarducaa patch comes, maybe we will find some stuff. Maybe some remains of the Sidonians, or maybe not. Or has the Tenremic Empire some secrets left over that we didn't know? I mean, there's a high chance that we didn't know, because they burned nearly 99% of all the books nearly every 100 years when they make a revolution and burning their calendar all the time. So the Tenrems and their government and their citizens, it's always a clash. So unlike the Tenremic citizens, the spiritual world cow binds the spiritual world and the physical world together. So it's basically the energy that is connected to Khat, your physical body, and to Akh, your spiritual soul. And cow is comparable to mana, so cow powers magic and life itself, but spiritists view it distinct, a bridge rather than a tool. It's a bridge between the two. Yeah, I said bridge, not bitch, YouTube algorithm. I said bridge, not bit. Some harsh language is the identity of mortal, so is the identity of you is called Ren in Mortal Online 2. So Ren is being a true name. It's not just a label, but it's a manifestation of existence. So it's the identity. It's speaking or remembering something. It strengthens Arc. So a lot of Spiritists believe that there are two Rens. There is the temporary name of Ren, for example, Spetsnat, my character, and Maha Ren, the truthful name of my character, the eternal soul of my character, or more or less the ID in the database. No, that was just a joke. It's the truthful name in Nave that is given to you. It's tied to your eternal soul. And there's Onomi, the name of Khat Akh. So nearly every one of us having 3 names. Anyway, many when they mention me, referring to me as Wolfszeit, which is awesome by the way. It's the guild and it's the channel name, of course. But some refer to me personally as Wolfszeit. But my Maha Ren is Spetsnat. And my Onomi is a completely other name. So this is the idea behind Ren. So this is what this crazy Sarducaan dude meant with that. Anyway, now to Ba. So Ba is the collection of memories and traits that you have as a personality. It connects the consciousness to the identity. So memories are stored in the body but surface into the arc when recalled. This explains why spiritists often lose their memory when they travel to the spirit world and back and stuff like that. It needs very high dedication and a lot of training to master that focus, to not losing your memory or your personality while traveling between the worlds. So we need to talk about the Etherean encounters and death itself in Mortal Online 2. When a being dies in Mortal Online 2, its arc detaches from its body. That is what we've learned earlier. So the process Hao'r, or how it's called, will immediately start. So if the arc fails to dissolve properly, it may fragment into an Hao'r. This means a soul without a vessel. This is what we call a ghost or a relentless spirit that can't be revived. And these Hao'rs often lack their full bar, leaving them confused or incomplete spirits with completely crazy thoughts or crazy stuff. But they are incomplete. So very powerful spirits banish the Hao'r. The process is called Djos. They could also reunite it with the bar. This is called Khem. Or they can also bind the arc to a body or an object. This is very important, or an object. So spirit enhanced gear, spirit enhanced stuff, spirits in objects can be a thing. It's like the magic load you can have on trinkets. But this is not all. Another big part of the Spiritism world in Mortal Online 2 is Necromancy. The Tedramic Empire banned Necromancy for a reason. So beyond ordinary souls, some spirits in the spirit world are free of Cow, are free of Hao'r. There are other entities, there are fragments of entities, and they don't have a mortal definition, nor do they have a moral compass. And necromancers can manipulate Cow to reanimate dead matter. They can give these fragments, these completely gone ghosts, motion, but also limited functions, of course. But this doesn't restore itself, it's just an imitation. So the carcass or the corpse getting infused with external Cow, and the necromancer is using 3 key components to do that. There's the external Cow source, the fuel that is providing motion. Then the will of the necromancer, this is the control, direction, and the purpose. And then the host body, the material, the vessel, the flesh, the bone, the composite. The interesting thing is you can also necromance or revive something without control, but the reanimated body becomes unstable and decaying rapidly or turning feral completely. And this is also where the Spiritist and the Necromancer is overlapping a little bit, because there are ancient rituals, hybrid rituals, that are very dangerous. These are merging willpower and energy between mages and spirits. This can cause mental collapse, possessions, or very strange anomalies, which is a form of wild, untamed magic. This is just in the air, and it can happen, anything can happen. Now you know more about the Etherworld, so please share this video with your guildmates, with your friends, would be awesome. So yeah, please leave a like and subscribe and comment. What do you find the most interesting about the spirit world in Mortal Online 2? And special thanks to all of these supporters, of course. Carmel Lucario, Mr. Minerva, Damn Tired, Ronus, Partenax, Column Bulldog, and all the others, of course. And never forget to Etherworld hard. I mean party hard. And see you all next time. Goodbye.